Hey guys, welcome to part 3 to What If Naruto Used the Flying Raijin. Okay, I had this idea and it's been in the back of my head for the series for so freaking long, and I've waited for this moment. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna skip the tuning exams. It's not gonna be a happenstance occurrence. So this means that in the next Naruto What If that I do once I end this one, I'm not skipping the tuning exams. Everything goes almost exactly similar. Except when when the Genjutsu is cast, Naruto doesn't fall under it, but Sakura does. So Naruto and Shikamaru chase after Sasuke, and Kakashi still summons Paku, right? And everything goes similar. Naruto still farts in Kiba's face, takes a shit in his face and kills him. Anyway, okay, so we get to the mic, and just as Gaara's about to kill him, he gets stabbed in the side of the neck by Naruto's kunai, which he teleports to, decking him in the face with a brutal plowing kick, sending him flying back. Okay, so Gaara's kind of mad. Naruto summons Gamabunta, by the way. Yes, he's had his training. And the Toad says, "What do you need, kid?" And then he's like, "Okay, Chief Toad, this is what I'm going to need you to do." And then he tells Gamabunta to go and fight the One Tails, and he's going to go and try to wake up Gaara. So he throws two kunai atop of the One Tails, and he marks Gamabunta with a marker, and then he teleports onto the One Tails, grabbing the two kunai out of his back. And then he stabs Gaara on the arm. And then Gaara wakes up. And the One Tails starts to disappear. And then he's like, "Listen to me, love. I know exactly how you feel. I was like you, alone and isolated, separated from the village, all because of something that I didn't ask for. A power given to me out of everybody else's own selfish whims. So I know your pain, and I know that you're suffering. But the two of us together can change the world." And he reaches out to Gaara. And Gaara, who's now tears are just running down his face, takes his hand. And then he passes out. But Naruto, with two broken arms, by the way, because they fell off of the fucking One Tails, and even if it's the weakest QB, it's still a gigantic fucking Biju. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so, lugging his broken arms around, he jumps onto the thing, and he checks to see if Sasuke's okay. And then Sasuke looks at him, and he smiled at him, and he's like, "I'm okay, Naruto." And just like that, just as Naruto leans back, about to pass out, knowing that his friend is okay, Sasuke, with the last bit of strength he has, grabs him with his arm, keeping him on the branch so he doesn't die from the fall. Naruto wakes up in a hospital room in the same room as Sasuke. Sakura looks at him. Sakura sits at Sasuke's bedside, feeding him, and thing. Naruto looks like he hasn't been. Naruto's still in his Naruto's in his sleeping clothes, but it looks like nobody. It seems that Sakura hasn't tended to him as much as she tended to Sasuke, because she's a fucking bitch. I mean, I like Sakura as a character. I just feel that when it comes to Naruto and Sasuke, she will always choose Sasuke for no reason. Like, he will never love you back, except that he will never love you back. But no. You have to go and you have to do the most in this sick and abusive relationship with him. I love Sasuke as a character, but as a boyfriend, it's just not gonna happen. Anyway, so Sasuke gets up and and Naruto yells, "Sasuke, you awake?" And Sasuke sits up and is like, "Yeah." And then he reaches over. Naruto reaches his hand over it, so I give him a fist bump. And Sasuke reaches his hand out and they bump fists. After they get out of the hospital, the two of them decide to go all out and fight against each other. So there they are in the training grounds where they did the belt test. Naruto throws a kunai at Sasuke, throws another one at the other side of Sasuke. Sasuke knows what they're capable of. So what he thinks that Naruto doesn't know is that the thing that he's throwing the kunai at is actually a thing. So Naruto throws a kunai in the tree, and Sasuke decided that he was gonna make a noise as to give away the fact that he's in the tree. So he sneaks around, and then bam, he's just there. Naruto creates two shadow clones, and the shadow clones teleport behind Sasuke's shadow clone, and they throw him into the original Sasuke. Sasuke jumps up and shoots out a multi-fireball jutsu. Naruto throws the kunai up at him in the air. The multi-fireball jutsu kills the two shadow clones, and Sasuke manages to get grazed by the thing, but the kunai just ends up going in the air and falling down. But while it's in the air, Naruto teleports to it, jumping down and slamming Sasuke down to the ground. Sasuke is not having any of that. Flips him over onto his back, grabs his hand, flips him on his face, and then grabbing both of his hands, stomps on his back, pulling him up. He didn't break his arms, however, but he did hurt his back. He lifts him up by the neck and slams him on his stomach. And then he jumps back and he's like, "Fireball Jutsu!" Shooting a fireball jutsu at him. Only for the Naruto to jump forward into the jutsu, throwing Sasuke off of his guard. And then Naruto breathing pretty heavy, like, and it's like, crap. Because he used a lot of chakra to make sure that the shadow clone would hold. So Sasuke had just exerted a lot of energy fighting a shadow clone. Naruto throws a punch at Sasuke in the stomach and then kicks him back. He has a couple more jutsu than he does in the original. He's not ready to use a Rasengan yet, so he uses another technique that Jiraiya taught him. It's called the wind bullet. So it's basically, he uses it in conjunction with Shadow Clone Jutsu. So with the last bit of his chakra, he throws kunai at Sasuke. And once again, it only barely grazes Sasuke by the arm, but it's behind him. Sasuke preparing for a multi-shadow clone jutsu, and he created a shadow clone. One's charging up the Sasuke knows that with this is the be-all, end-all. And Naruto creates four shadow clones. Two go on each side of Sasuke, and Sasuke's not sure what he's planning. So Naruto takes the kunai and throws it high up into the air. And Sasuke, then he's like, I think I figured it out. So Sasuke, he launches a multi-fireball jutsu in every direction, taking out the shadow clones, and so he thought. The shadow clones jump up into the air and shoot a wind bullet from their mouth. The wind bullet is not like a typical chakra attack. It's made from compressed air by shooting chakra to the lungs. But it takes a while to gather enough chakra and slight nature energy. But Naruto doesn't know that he needs nature energy for this move. So he himself doesn't know how to use it. Well, not to his fullest extent, but Jiraiya said that his shadow clones seem to be very proficient and can use it strongly. So he shoots it out, and the shadow clones managed to not to seriously mortally wound Sasuke's shadow clone, and the shadow clone takes out all four of them in one go. And then Sasuke jumps up into the air, activating the curse mark. Naruto jumps up into the air, and then he smirks, and then he's like, "What?" And then he's like, "I win." And then he throws a kunai, and Sasuke just ducks under, like, "Really, Naruto? I thought you know me better than that." And then he turns around and he said, "Well, I thought you knew me better than that." He teleports behind Sasuke, elbowing him in the back with a marker that he put on his skin on his back. A shadow clone did it. That shot the wind bullet at him. He actually made 5 shadow clones. One was trying to cloak its chakra. He used the least amount of chakra for that, so it marked Sasuke. And then he Rasengan Sasuke in the back, only for Sasuke to use the substitution jutsu and jump into the air to clash with Naruto. The Rasengan and Chidori come together, blasting each other back, creating 2 separate craters. They both lug their broken bodies from it, and then they smirk. You're pretty tough, Sasuke Uchiha. And then he's like, You're pretty tough, Naruto Uzumaki. And then they fist bump. And then Sasuke drops to his knees, and then Naruto doesn't even drop to his knees. He just falls back down. They're not mortally wounded, but they're just tired from the chakra strain. Anyway, the Sound Four sneak up on Sasuke, and they tell him that they point at Naruto, and they're like, ditch the loser. And then he's like, why? Don't you see? You're an Uchiha. He's some kid, he's some brat who doesn't even have parents. He's unknown. Your clan is known for being strong. So how can this loser be on equal terms as you? And then Sasuke takes it to heart, and he's like, fine. And they're like, we'll be at the village waiting, okay? And then they just leave. Naruto wakes up, his wounds seem to heal a little. Sasuke wakes up, now replenished because the Sound 4 helped him. Well, Naruto didn't have any wounds, but the chakra strain has lessened. And then Sasuke tells Naruto, a group of ninja approached me, and they say that I should join them for power. And then Naruto tells him, are you? And then he's like, I don't know. And then Naruto looks at him and he's like, you should do it. And then he looks at him and he's like, what? And then he's like, I've never known family or a home, but you've treated me like if I was your brother. And look, do what you have to do. I'm gonna fight for my dream to be Hokage. You gotta do what you gotta do in the moment. So, for right now, Sasuke, you're gonna go with the ninja. Just make sure you don't do anything crazy, okay? And then Naruto's like, wait. And then he takes his hand out and he grabs one of his kunai and he cuts his hand. And Sasuke does the same with the same kunai. And then they grab each other's hands and he's like, with the sharing of blood, we are brothers. Oh, this is like a kunai image I got from the internet. Hope you like it. With this sharing of blood, we are brothers. So now, we must go. And Naruto jumped away and went his separate way. But believe it or not, Sasuke isn't done with that. He sits there and he cries, looking at his hand. And then he's like, brother. In the night, he goes to Naruto's house, and Naruto wakes up to see Sasuke, and he's like, goodbye, brother. And Sasuke, awakening his two Mangekyo Sharingan, puts Naruto under Genjutsu. And then he lugs him over his shoulder to Jirobo, another Sound 4, and he's like, listen, I'm going to join you, but this one, he's not a loser. He's the only thing that I've close enough to have for family. I'm not saying that I want to rule the world, but I will. I want to kill Itachi, and I want him to be there right next to me, because he is the only brother I have. He is the only brother I have ever known. He is my family. Okay, so now the next day, Tsunade finds out that Sasuke and Naruto was gone. Sakura, this time, she doesn't cry because she saw Sasuke lugging Naruto's body around. She just thought, oh, they were training and he passed out. But now, noticing that Sasuke is gone, she thinks that it's all Naruto's fault because she's a bitch. Anyway, so the team minus Naruto. So let's put in Lee. Yeah, let's put in the Sasuke and Naruto retrieval team. Since Naruto's gone, we'll add Lee. So the fight goes about the same. So this time, Lee and Neji break off and get Neji took care of the same. I think it's Kitamaru. Neji took care of Kitamaru, and he went with Lee. Neji is like mildly damaged, but not bad enough that he can't fight. So the two of them are going to try and stop Sasuke from eloping with Naruto. So this time, they didn't give Naruto like a curse mark or anything, but Orochimaru told him that the child could gather natural energy. So after going to a dark toad on Mount Miyaboku, right? The toad is now inside the thing, and it's like pushing the techniques of the sage techniques into Naruto's head. So, and Orochimaru's planning, once he knows Toad Sage are mastery, and he bites him, he could first get Sasuke's body, take the Sharingan, go into Naruto's body, take out the Sharingan, and have Sage mode inside Naruto's body along with the Sharingan. That's his plan. He's gonna kill both of them, obviously. So they go there, and Naruto comes out. His eyes, instead of like the normal yellowish, because he was trained by a dark toad, and he hasn't learned how to control it yet, they're black. They're like two long black slits, and the rest of his eyes are clean white. Ignore that background sound. Stop trying to interrupt me recording. So, Naruto bursts out, and Sasuke activates the curse mark, and he's like, Naruto, we have to do this. And Sasuke pleads for Naruto to come with him, and eventually Naruto agrees. He says, we won't stay with him forever. We'll come back in 3 years to the village, to our friends. Promise me that. And Sasuke looks at him, and he's like, of course, brother. And then Lee and Neji come. So they break off into pairs. Neji deciding that he was going to face Naruto. So, for just as payback for him bodying him so hard in the semifinals. So, Neji goes and kicks Naruto down the waterfall. And Lee goes and he just take off all his weights because now's not the time to be playing around. So he takes off his braces, and then he trips Sasuke, kicks him up, and then in the air he tries to go for a hidden lotus, only for Sasuke to flip him around, kick him in his face, and get him into a lion's barrage, slamming him down onto the ground hard. Back to Naruto. Naruto seems to be slightly aware that he's stronger than usual. He throws a punch at Neji, but that just sends him flying back into the mountain. Mind you, Neji hasn't activated his Byakugan. So he activates his Byakugan and closes one of the pathways in Naruto's arm, in one of his arms, so that he can't use chakra. But because of the Sage Mode buff, he doesn't need both of his hands to use the Rasengan right now. So he forms the Rasengan in his other hand, and he slams it into Neji's stomach. Then he makes 2 shadow clones. Now 3 shadow clones. 2 grab his hands, and 1 stomps him into his back. Naruto, not trying to kill him, delivers the final blow and kicks him in his face, knocking him out. But Neji's not down for the count. As Naruto's about to jump up to go help Sasuke, Neji yanks Naruto back down onto the ground and shatters his leg so we can't get back up there. And then he pins him down to the ground and says, Naruto, what are you doing? Those are the bad guys. And he's like, I know, but I made a promise. And Sasuke, he's my brother now, and I will go with him. And he's like, no! And then Neji slams his leg into the ground next to Naruto, and he's like, if you go with him, you are a rogue ninja. Do you understand what you're doing? You're risking your entire life for your fake brother. And Naruto just snaps. He's like, what did you just call Sasuke? And then Neji grits his teeth and is like, you're fake brother. No, not like that deep. And then he just hears the voice that says, kill the fool. Kill him now. Just do it. And he gives in to the voice, and the voice takes over. And for a slight second, only for a second, his eyes, they don't snap into its original color, but they go dark red. His sage eyes reddened in fear, and they form into a cross-like shape. He stands up and he looks at Neji in the face and he's like, "That's my brother you're talking about, and you're gonna die." So, we return to Naruto standing over a bloody Neji, and Neji lifts up his head. He refuses to stay down. So Naruto kicks him again, throws, punches him in the gut, sending him flying up into the air, and Sasuke kicking Lee back. A bloodied Lee, but Lee managed to wound Sasuke by his arm. Sees Neji going up into the air, only to see Naruto throw a kunai, because he always has one on him, into the air and send Neji down back onto the ground. It seems that the Kurama boost and the Dark Toad's power seems to have helped him. And then out of nowhere, Naruto does something that's unexpected, especially since it's not one of his chakra infinities. He does a fireball jutsu. Well, no, he does more of a great Gatling flame. It's more like a gust of fire shooting down at Neji, burning his clothes off, leaving him there unconscious and severely burned. Naruto throwing a kunai into Lee's shoulder. Lee has never seen Naruto use this level of power, so he's not know what to expect. Naruto throws another one above him, teleports to the first one inside his shoulder, takes it down, and then just jumps off of Lee, sending him flying back into a wall. And the kunai ended up landing a couple inches above his head. Naruto goes to retrieve that one too, pulls out of the wall, stabs Lee in his shoulder. Lee breathes heavy. He pulls it out, and he pulls it out and throws it at Naruto. And he's like, "I will retrieve you for Sakura." And then he opens the first gate, and then opens the second gate, and then he boosts towards them, feeding like crazy. Knees Sasuke in the head and just sends him flying up into the air. He jumps up and starts punching Sasuke in the back, drilling into him. Then it's like a flash of lightning. It teleports above Sasuke and spins and then slams his leg into Sasuke's stomach, crashing him down. Sasuke comes out of Karsmar Stage 3 mode and lays on the ground, flattened and bloody. "You shouldn't have done that." Naruto throws the kunai at him. He tries to duck under it in time, but Naruto sweeps the leg, making Lee jump up. And then grabs the kunai and throws it at Lee again. Lee dodges once more, but Naruto just keeps it up until he starts to get a little tired. He's like, my body. "So you know about the gates, huh, Naruto? I won't let you defeat me." And he opens the third gate and he slams his fist into Naruto. And Naruto's out cold. He comes out of the gates. "I did it." And then he falls to his knees, only for Sasuke to get up. Enter Karsmar Stage 3 again. And they kick Lee directly into the wall, grabbing him by the face and slamming him against it. A bunch of kicks can be heard, but Lee refuses to give up. So he decides, what's there left to lose? And he opens the third gate once more, severely injuring himself. And he charges his fists up, punching the air, ever so slightly to build up heat around his arms since working. He says he's going to launch 2 direct punches at Naruto and Sasuke. It'll severely hurt them, but it's better than them going to the dark side. Lee cocks his hands back, and Naruto gets back up, still furious at what Lee had done. He charges up a Vermilion Rasengan, and Sasuke charges up an Onyx Chidori, and then they do it together, and it forms a Rasen Shuriken. But the middle is a Vermilion Rasengan, and around it is a circular buzzsaw shape of lightning, Onyx lightning. It's not just going around it; it's going above it. So picture it's like a spherical shape, kind of like Saturn with its ring around it, and then another ring around that one, and then they put their hands together and slam it into Lee's gut, and it just cuts through his clothes. Lee is barely breathing, and then Naruto uses a little bit of the QB's power to heal him, and then he leaves him next to Neji, severely beaten, and they jump off. The Sound Force defeated, but Naruto and Sasuke lug their broken bodies to Orochimaru's cave, and Orochimaru is like, well, isn't this interesting? So then he grabs Sasuke's face and looks into his eye, and he sees something that makes him smile. 3 to Muli. How interesting. The snake Orochimaru said, how interesting, in a sinister way, as he dragged Naruto and Sasuke into his hideout, unconscious. That night, Naruto woke up and he made a deal. Sasuke, you want to be trained by this guy, and you want power to defeat Itachi. I will never understand how you feel, but I can't change the way that you are. You just hand out to Naruto. Just hand out to he looks at him and he tells him, 3 years can go by really quick. Do what you have to do. Train and become stronger. I'll figure out how this new form of mine works. And what the hell was that by the waterfall?